What up? This is the third live of the day.
Third live.
Third live of the day. This wasn't planned. We had a scheduling conflict for the people that are probably thinking, what the hell's going on? Oh, man. But it's Friday, man.
It is.
Welcome back to our followers for the third live of the day today. We have Ivan Simental, who's on our team here at loanDepot. Ivan's got a cool journey that I wanted to share because as like myself, I just made my move over back in October. So still fairly new to the company. Ivan is 6 months, 7 months?
6 months. 6 months.
6 months. 6 months in. And Ivan kind of has a unique story getting back. He was in the business, got out, got back in, and now he's finding great success here at loanDepot. So I kind of wanted just to share that for other people, maybe that might be in the business, other loan officers that are watching this, that maybe you're struggling or, not sure what to do with your business right now, or even agents for that matter. Let's listen to Ivan's story here for a little bit, and hopefully we can take away some good nuggets and keep growing together. So first off, Ivan, what's some of the most, give us a little background first about yourself, man.
Yeah. So I started in the industry 2005 to 2009.
Yep.
In like the golden era when it was just easy. It was easier to close loans.
Yep.
My mom was in the industry. She's been in the industry for a long time. So she's like, hey, why don't you come work for me? I was like, all right, cool. I needed to work because I was about to have a baby. So dropped out.
That'll put some pressure on you.
Yeah, it just put a little bit of pressure, right?
Just like right now.
I dropped out of college, unfortunately, but got into the mortgage industry and then worked my way up to an account executive for a bank. And then the mortgage industry crashed, as we all know. And I got out of it. I was like, man, this shit's crazy. I'm not going to do this, Mom. I don't know how you can do it. She's like, you got to write it out. So I went into marketing and fashion, and then I played professional indoor soccer. So I did a little bit of everything. And then my mom was like, towards like my older years, or towards like when I got a little older, she's like, hey, get back into the industry. It's good. I know that you'll do well. So as of last May, I got into the industry, got licensed, started, originating loans. And now I'm here at loanDepot a year later.
So you're back. Yeah. So it's about a year. Yeah. So tell me a little bit, how was that transition, right? Getting back in, completely different business model from what you probably were doing from 05 to 09. Total different market. What are you doing differently? And even, from maybe when you first got in, what your thought process was to where you are today, and kind of what you focus on.
So when I first got into the mortgage industry, I already had friends who were agents, so that kind of helped a little bit. But I saw that everybody was very boring on social media, and so taking my social media background and marketing background, I was like, hey, let me just tweak a few things. I was very hesitant to messing up my feed and the whole groove of it and how it like worked and how it looked. But after, joining loanDepot, I was like, you know what? This is my business. This is my career. This is how I make a living. This is how I support my family. So I ended up now creating content, not for myself, but like for people, to educate them, to guide them along their journey of becoming homeowners, and also to show realtors like, hey, this is how I feel, or this is how I know content should be created. And yeah, joining forces with loanDepot and yourself, and we kind of have the same vision, and it just kind of like goes hand in hand. And then that's my thought process now, is like social media is so huge, and I feel like that's going to be that is the future of our business.
What's kind of cool, kind of backstory behind this all, I mean, you actually reached out on Instagram in a DM.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people that you still get guys that push back, right? That social media, it's whatever, it's too hard, it's too time consuming, whatever it is. But we would have never connected if I wasn't even trying to push content. And we've only been really going at it hard for maybe a year and a half, maybe or so.
Yeah.
And even for yourself, now getting back in, you're really going hard at it for the last 6 months. What have you seen difference, maybe in your business from when you first got back in to now? So, because you were probably in for a good 6 months, right? And then now you made the move here. What have you seen for yourself?
So obviously my business has grown.
And when you say grown, like, is it like a massive change that you see, or is it like I'm doing one or two more deals extra a month?
It's massive because it's consistent, right? Whereas before I was like on this roller coaster.
To where you even hired an assistant, right?
Yeah, so I finally got my first official assistant at loanDepot. So yeah, it was it's massive because it's consistent versus before it was like I would have a good month and then like the next month I'm like, shit, all right, now what?
Yeah.
And then that ramp up period, you know how that is, and then again. And so this is a lot smoother and a lot more consistent. And plus you guys really dive deep into like, hey, what are you going to do this day? And what are you going to do this week? And what are you going to do this month? Right? Like we set that big goal, kind of, we've talked about it several times, where you set that goal for the year and then you break it down into like a month, a week, a day. And then you could even break it down to minutes and seconds, hours, if you really wanted to. But I feel like that's what's helped my business, along with going heavy on social media and really branding yourself and creating content for people, right? And not being selfish, and not, for me, it was like, who cares how your feed looks, and just dive heavy into content.
So I hope people can realize that, right? So even if you're a realtor, I mean, we're all in the same industry. We're all going after the same essential person, right? Either, for the most part, a buyer at the end of the day, and even sellers too. Because if you sell, there's a good chance they're going to buy. His business has transformed massively to where within 6 months of moving to our team, he's now hired an assistant. And I can guarantee you we didn't have that in the business plan. Right. Mm-hmm. This year, it was more of, hey, can I get my feet under me, start to build? But within 6 months, Ivan's been able to grow his business purely on social media. And obviously, 3 months into it, right, we're with COVID. Now we're stuck at home. So now not only are you having to survive and thrive from home, but you've been able to do it, build. Now you have an assistant. So I hope people can realize that if you're still hesitating on social media, like, these are the kind of things that is possible, and obviously he knows what it takes to grow his business. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to share with our real estate partners, because we know it works.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And it's so important, right? And Chris kind of tapped into this, I think it was today or yesterday, where social media is your resume, and people look at your social media before they actually even give you a call. And I know that's happened to me, where a lead says, hey, I was referred to by X person that you've done a loan for them, but I checked you out on social media and you look legit, so I thought, okay, let me give this guy a shot. And it's true. Like, I had another realtor who reached out to me just recently, and it's like, should I keep my personal stuff private and my real estate stuff public? And I'm like, no, you should intertwine both of them, because real estate is your job and who you are, but you also want clients to know what you're about and what you like and who you are as a realtor. And you don't need to share super personal things, but give people a little taste of who you are as a human, right? Because
absolutely,
that's human connection.
So as you're, helping your agents, what are some of the common questions that you get from realtors right now that you're trying to help them with?
Hmm. How do I start? Or I don't have professional equipment, or I don't have a videographer or a digital team like you do. And it's like it doesn't matter. You phones nowadays can do amazing things, right? Like I filmed a couple videos to show realtors
Purely
that
on your phone.
yeah, that you don't need you don't need professional equipment to film a video. It's more about the message and what you're talking about and what you're what you're trying to say to your audience. That's the important part. It doesn't have to be super high quality.
Yep. So just basically start shooting, right? Regardless of the equipment. Don't use it as an excuse. Um, for the most part, we all got smartphones. It's good enough to get started. How
Exactly.
has how has the COVID shutdown? How's that affected you? Because obviously, it's like you made your move, you're getting some momentum, and then bam, work from home.
Yeah. So I was scared, dude. I was worried. I was like, dang it, like I have this momentum. Things are going great. What's gonna happen, right? Like, am I gonna have to go find a part-time job? No, I can't because that's not an option. But bro, it's crazy because it's still remained consistent, and we've gotten even busier these last couple of weeks, and you've seen it. So people are still buying, people are still
Yeah.
refinancing, people are still looking for investment opportunities, people are still looking to refinance and purchase homes, especially right now. The rates are so low. So uh,
What kind of rates are you seeing? Just so people kind of get an idea.
yeah, so I just locked in a refinance at 2.99%. And I used to work with her. She's an amazing person.
30-year fixed.
30-year fix at
Insane.
2.99%. Yeah, it was crazy. Um, and I was so happy that because I know her, and it brings me even more joy when I can help a friend or somebody that I know, um, refinance at such a low rate and save thousands of dollars. I sound like an ad, but it's true, right? Because you save thousands of dollars over the life of the loan.
It's insane. Yeah, we locked. I think even an investment property, we got it under 4%, 3.99.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's insane. So COVID, you're still busy, still pushing through. Anything you're doing differently because of the shutdown, or
More
anything that's kind of made you have to like reassess your business to kind of get through this period?
this time honestly has allowed me to really focus more on the things that drive results. So for me, it's social media and interacting with realtors. So I dug heavy into social media and still creating consistently and still trying to create content that is educating the viewer and excuse me, and keeping them in mind when I'm creating content, because at the end of the day, it's for them, and I'm hoping that they're enjoying it, whatever I post.
Yeah. So now you're crushing it. You're doing a ton of business. What are some of maybe the one or two most commonly questions you get from your clients right now that maybe people that are watching this can learn something from you?
The common question is that I receive a lot is, do I qualify for a home? And that question, I mean, I wish I could just say yes, right? Like anybody qualifies for a home, but that question is it's a loaded question, right? Because there's a lot of things that go into the qualification. We got the credit, we got the income, and we got their assets. And I tell them, hey, let me take a look. Let's have a conversation, or let's just see where you're at. Let's pull your credit and see if right now is a good time for you, or if it isn't a good time for you. So that's one of the most frequent questions that I get. And another one is, do you need good credit to buy a house? And yes and no, right? Because FHA, we know that you can go down to 580. Some banks still do 580. Us, we're at 620, but that's still like it's still doable at 620. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily need perfect credit. Yes, if you have good credit, it is a better rate for you and a better program. But you could still buy if you don't have the best credit.
Yeah,
We do that all the time.
absolutely. Yeah, down payment assistance is out there. It's such a good time to buy, and I mean, free money. I mean, essentially free money, right, to buy a house. I mean, they're literally giving the money away to still purchase today. I mean, we've done deals where people only came in with out of pocket $600 to buy a house.
It's crazy.
Totally insane. Leo has a question. Leo, he said, "Do you remember the first video you ever did? If so, what was the feedback from your audience?"
Oh man, yeah, I was. It was in my living room, bro, and I hired my good friend who's such a sweetheart, Sarah, because my old company said, hey, these are the videos that are performing the best. This is what's getting good results. So I hired my friend who's a videographer. She shot our wedding too. And dude, everybody was like, why do you sound like such a robot? That's not how you sound, man. Like, that's not you. And I was like, dude, I was so nervous. I just needed to start with video. I just needed to do it because for me, it was more of photography and taking pictures.
How many takes did it take you to shoot that thing?
Dude, it took me, I swear, to film 30-second videos. It took me about 4 hours. Because I was so nervous. I had to change because I was sweating so much. Now it's like, dude, I just get in. I have an idea of what I want to say.
Yep.
And I just freestyle it, man. I just go for it because we do this so much, right? So we know like what's needed when you're buying a house. We know what we're gonna look at. We know why you should have better credit versus bad. So yeah, now it's just like, let me just go in and just do it. And it's because it's me. It's not. I'm not pretending to be somebody that I'm not.
Do you think that your content has changed from, like you said, when you were at your last company and what they told you was working versus kind of what we've been talking about since you've come over?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Before it was more of a salesman, where it's like, hi, I'm Ivan. Let's refinance your house today. And now it's like, hey, I'd love to take a look at your specific situation. Let me help you out. I'm here to answer any of your questions, right? It's more like authentic. It's more me. And we talked about this with you where you even said like you used to wear a suit and tie. And now it's like, no, this is you, like t-shirt, jeans, and a baseball cap. And this is who you are. And like, this is me. This is who I am. Yep. I like to wear hats and I like to wear a sport coat or a suit sometimes. Yeah.
Chris was asking, you really took 4 hours to shoot that video?
It was like 3.5, but yeah, I just rounded up. It was more of the nerves that took me so long.
Leo has said it's worse when you spend 4 hours filming but don't post it. Did you end up posting that video?
Yes, I did. And that's when so I posted it, I left it up for a little bit, and then when I joined loanDepot, I took it down. Because it was a lot of like my old company, a lot of that verbiage, and I was like, it's not me. I don't, nah. No, it's way different. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, we're obviously happy to have you on the team, and it's great to see you put in the work and see you reap the benefits too, because I know there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that, obviously not everyone's privy to knowing everything that we do, we talk about, and how we plan to do these types of events. So keep up the good work, man. Keep crushing it. And guys, if you guys have questions about the buying process, Ivan has a wealth of knowledge. He's, like he says, he's the best dressed mortgage lender in the country. So, hit him up, agents. You're looking to grow your business, call Ivan. He's got a great following. Follow him on Instagram. Ivan, what's your handle?
It's __ it's Ivan __, or you could just type in Ivan Simental and I'll pop up.
There you go. Follow him, learn from his content, keep growing. And as always, loanDepot, we're here for everybody. So give us a shout. We're going to sign off. It's Friday. I've done 3 of these.
Dude, you're killing it.
Last time I'm doing that. Ivan, have a good Friday, my man. We'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir.
Later.